Hello YouTube, just an update. I think I finally figured out how to do my first review of a video game. Yay. And I think I'm going to open up with one of last year's greatest racing hits. Let's see if you can see it. Well, I'm in the car because I'm reviewing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So, let's take a ride again. So, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is a racing game. You have two sides. On one side, you're the cop. You are to uphold the integrity of Seacrest County by any means necessary while driving the fastest cars available. Kind of like Hawaii 5-0, except you get to drive everything that you want to drive. I mean, literally, whoever heard of a Bugatti Veyron being a cop car? If I saw that, I would just pull over, even if its lights aren't on. I'd probably just pull over. Just throwing that out there. The cop missions and the racer missions are slightly different. Oh yes, and on the other end, you have the racers. Ones who want to tame Seacrest County, ones who want to race, because racing is their passion, and you race some of the finest cars in the world. Actually, that's something I open up my review with, is the cars. There's Gran Turismo, one of my personal favorites. I play that game a lot. That review might be coming up soon. But the cars in this game, it's just something you have to mention. You know, in most games, you start off with a little four-banger and then work your way up to like a Ferrari. This game, you automatically have a car that only 5 people in the world own. That's where it starts you off at. You start off with cars you want, and that is a very high point to this game. There is just a vast amount of races, and you look good while driving them. Throw physics out the door. Throw racing lines out the door. This is an arcade racer. If you remember Outrun or Outrunners, Outrun 2, especially in the arcades, GameWorks used to have that. If you're in the Dallas community, if you remember GameWorks in Grapevine, Texas, you know, it was a game that put you in a Ferrari and you had to drift around every corner. That's what this game is like. Except it's more than just Ferraris. I mean, you drive some of the most rarest and most beautiful cars in the game. I think out of any other game out there, this game has the most beautiful car collection you could think of. Which leads me to my next point, the gameplay. Like I said, this is no Gran Turismo. This is no Forza Motorsport. This is no, you don't drive something like what I'm driving right now, a Honda Civic. You drive right off the bat, some of the most highest end names in the car industry. I think one of your first cars you get is an Alfa Romeo, if I remember correctly. And even then, the next series up is like Ferraris. You get Shelby GT500s. The game is just gorgeous. Also, the graphics, which is my next point, the car's just drifting around the corners while going at high octane speeds. You just get this sense of immersion, and you just lose yourself in the game after a while. And I really think that it sets itself apart from other racing games. This really shouldn't be compared with other racing games on the market to begin with. I think it should more closely sit towards the Burnout series, like Burnout Takedown, Burnout Revenge, Burnout Paradise. Though you don't have that what Criterion did was something smart, in my opinion. If you remember Burnout Paradise, it had this very open world and this very desolate kind of area. Well, I didn't like that too much. I didn't like the open world aspect of Burnout. I mean, great, free burning online with your friends. Sorry, just trying to check to see if you can read that man's license plate. I guess not. Anyway, it's just, it was fun. I mean, I played it to its fullest, but Need for Speed Hot Pursuit did something different. It was like Burnout on crack. which leads me to my last point, is like the replayability. Well, this game has something different. It's called Autolog. And Autolog would record your times and then tell your friends about them. No, you don't have global leaderboards. But let's be honest, who cares about the global leaderboards? I don't care about global leaderboards. I want to beat my friends. I want to beat people that are very close to me. Why? Because it's a lot more fun, and when you're eating out, when you're hanging out with your friends, you can actually brag about your times. You can brag about your achievements in the game, and they get notified of it. This is the case in Need for Speed. Because let's be honest, when you're trying to place yourself against the world, it really does diminish your self-esteem. This game, being my first reviewed game, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, just because it's so fun. The reason why I didn't get a perfect score is simply because the game lacks in depth. The car selection is very minimal, even though outstanding. Well, I'm going to be ordering lunch. I'll see you guys later.